Stitches in the sides are no fun. Well, what are they? Because we have to understand what they are in order to prevent them from happening. Well, let's think of it this way. What is your diaphragm? It's a muscle. So you can get cramps in muscles, so your diaphragm is no exception, including some of the accessory muscles that help you breathe too, like your rotatories, intercostals, multifidi, what have you. The idea is that if you get a cramp, you're going to feel it. And if it's especially in your diaphragm or one of the muscles that help you breathe, it's going to be painful to breathe while you have a cramp going on. So, what is your diaphragm? Diaphragm is a muscle that runs across the base of the rib cage, and when it contracts, it helps you breathe. And when it relaxes, you exhale. When you exhale, you actually use the muscles in your abdomen to push the air out, and you use your diaphragm to draw the air in. So if it's been a while since you've been running, because we're just now coming out of winter, and you go in for that first long, hard run ever, your diaphragm is probably a little out of practice, so to speak. So if you're not well hydrated beforehand, that can lead to a cramp. If the tissues are stiff, just like trying to hop out of bed and then do a bunch of jumping jacks immediately without warming up your calves, you might get a Charlie horse or even pull something. So how do we prep our diaphragm for work, just like you would prep the rest of your muscles before doing a workout? So if the diaphragm's not used to working, we have to get it going by, well, if it is being contracted during inhale, it is being stretched when we exhale. So first drill to stretch out our diaphragm is to think about a long but almost purposeful yet forceful exhalation. Remember, the diaphragm is lengthening or stretching when we're exhaling, so we're having to use the muscles in our abdomen to really drive home that exhale. So I'm going to think about taking a nice long inhale through the nose, really contracting, opening up those ribs, contracting that diaphragm, and then that is actually forcing open that rib cage a little bit more than you normally would, because when you're running and you're having to exhale and inhale forcefully, you're doing so more than you normally would, so you're really working that diaphragm. So we're trying to prepare it ahead of that run in a manner which it is going to be used. So by getting those tissues to loosen up by doing the big inhale, long, deep exhale drill, we're helping to stretch out that diaphragm, and of course, hydrating appropriately ahead of time to make sure that those tissues are not going to seize up on you. And that is a quick tip that you can do to help prevent stitches in your side.